In today's video, I'm going to be taking down all of the summer items from my porch, and we're going to go ahead and get it decorated for the beautiful season that is fall. And if this is your first time here, my name is Marlene. Welcome to Marlene's How-Tos, my home and garden channel. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you remember I had some beautiful flowers out here for the spring and summer. But as the season goes along, they start to fade out. So we want to go in and give them a nice refresh and make over this porch. We're going to take these items down, get everything cleaned up, and show you the wonderful results at the end. So the first thing I did was to get some chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums are very seasonal for fall. And I got some pansies as well, and this will last over into the winter as well. They're pretty hardy for the cold weather, and I love the color. I chose purple, but there are different colors that you can get. So I think they're really, really gorgeous, and they were for $1.98. And then over here I got a pot of chrysanthemums, and I like the color. It's kind of like a dark yellow with a little hint of orange on there. I'm going to put them in this larger container right here. And if you decide to repot your plants, your chrysanthemums or whatever, make sure it has holes in the bottom. This one was for $6.48. Very, very good price because, it's in a very lightweight container. And of course, you'll need to get your mulch to cover over the soil once you've planted it. I'm not going to be doing the step-by-step right here, but just to give you an idea of the things you'll need. Of course, you'll want to have your trowel as well, for digging the soil. And speaking of soil, you choose the one that you want. This is the one that I went with for it. But there's so many different types that you can purchase at your garden center. And of course, we'll want to have our watering can. And if you wanted to have a step-by-step on how to repot your crotons and your chrysanthemums, this is an older video that I did some time ago. I'll link it at the end for you to give you that step-by-step on exactly how to do it. The first thing I did, though, was to take my croton off the porch and get it washed off because, as the seasons goes along, you get dust coming on there. Sometimes you may even see a cobweb here or there on some of the plants. So it's a good idea to go in and give them a nice wash. It makes them refresh. It cleans them up. They breathe better. One thing I'd say is try to, even though it may be a cooler time, it's better to do this watering of the leaves early in the day so the water can evaporate and you don't have any, fungal diseases coming up. And I did want to say that this collaboration is an open one, hosted by my channel Marlene's How-Tos and co-hosted by Penny, Andrea, Lorna, and Clearissa. And I'll link their channels in the description box below as well as the playlist. So after I had planted my chrysanthemums, I went ahead and I stuck my little scarecrow in there. And I thought it was so cute, very seasonal. Perfect match right there. And then I went ahead and I put my wreath on there with all those wonderful warm colors of fall. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I have to put my seasonal mat down here. And there's so many different types that you can use. And it's over the plaid one. I think that pop, gives it a nice kind of, farmhouse style look. So here's the time for the reveal, guys. You can see here. I'm showing you first our little pot, and just a couple of days passed, like about 3 days, and you can see how many more of the pansies had opened up and started blooming. So it's only going to get better as the season goes along. And then behind it right here, I took some of the chrysanthemums and I put them in some water, which I'll keep refilling every day so they'll stay nice and fresh for the season. And then behind them, I have a very vintage looking lantern right there. And my welcome sandwich also looks pretty vintage. And over here we have this beautiful wreath on the door. Some beautiful pumpkins on there. And I'm going to go over once we take a look at everything to tell you exactly where I bought them and how much they cost in case you saw anything that you wanted to try for yourself as well. But I just really love how it came out. Little pumpkins are so cute and just so seasonal. So moving on next, now we're going to take a look to see the mat, just to see the details on it. And you can see it says pumpkin patch, pick your own, open daily, hay rides, corn haze. And it certainly puts you in that mood for the fall season, the fall festivals and all the other things that happen at that time. And over here we have our mom and pop scarecrow by our pumpkin, of course. And there is our croton, a little bit of the fall colors on there. I had some new sprouts, so they're not as orangey, but they still fit in pretty well. Over here I have another chrysanthemum. This one is a lighter yellow color and I've had that for a couple of years now. And we have our scarecrow in the same pot back there, to give it that nice seasonal look. And then over here now we have some marigolds. I had these from in the spring leading into summer, and you can see they're still doing pretty good. And I have a garden pick in there as well. And then over here now on the bench, of course, you want a nice place to sit and just, relax and enjoy the season, the coolness of the evening or the day. And I placed these pillows on there. So let's go into the details now as to where they came from. These two pillows came from Walmart. One was for $4 and change, and the other one for $6. And I put a little scarf that I had over it. Of course, you can put a nice blanket, just something with those nice colors, that so it has some like a color pop there for the season. And then, like I said, I had these marigolds from in the spring going into summer. And this pick right here, this actually came from the dollar store. So only $1.25, and it's made of metals, and I'll be able to reuse it, over and over again. And also the scarecrow right there, this also came from the dollar store for $1.25. And because it's on the porch, it's not going to be exposed to all of those, elements outdoors that'll cause them to break down. So I most likely will be able to use them again. And then over here now we have the mom and pop scarecrow, and these were for $6.95 at Walmart, and these are going to be used for many years to come. And so I did want to say that if you do love gardening and flowers, even half as much as I do, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap on the notification bell twice so you never miss an upload. You can also view my short videos, my live videos, so those are all there, and of course past ones as well too. And be sure to give this video a like if you're liking this arrangement so far. It sends a good signal out so other people get to see it as well. So I just think they're so happy and so gorgeous welcoming the season, so I really, really liked that purchase right there. So over here now we have the wreath on the door, and it was a grapevine wreath that I've had for quite a few years, and I don't glue my things in because I like to use it for different seasons and just different occasions. The letter came from Walmart, and it was a neutral color, and we spray painted it white. Down here now we have the pumpkin patch. That rug came from Ross, and that was for $6. And the one beneath, I've had it for some time too. That was I think $7 and change. The welcome sign came from the dollar store as well, from the $5 section, so there was $5, as well as the little table that's there. That's also $5 from the dollar store. The lantern is actually a vintage lantern that I thrifted for $2.95 back in the fall of last year. Little jar right there, that is actually from the dollar store for $1.25. And over here, of course, you'll see the flowers. This little scarecrow here, it came from Walmart, and that one is for 97 cents. And bear in mind, guys, that you don't necessarily have to use orange all the time. There are other warm colors for their chrysanthemums that you can pick, like this beautiful rich one here. They add a nice contrast sometimes to the other colors that you may use on there. So go ahead and mix and match them. But just bear in mind that you'll need to get the ones that are not as opened, fewer open ones on there, if you're going to be decorating early and you want it to go right up until Thanksgiving or until your first hard freeze. There's so many options there. So I hope that you enjoyed this presentation here of my fall porch. I hope you liked it. Be sure to check out the other ladies' videos. And if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. I'll be more than happy to answer as many as I can for you. I thank you so much for watching, and I certainly hope to see you in the next video. And I wish you a happy fall season. Happy gardening. Take care.